see the future now, right? On purpose, I mean.
I try to.
Do you know what will happen to all of us?
No. The future is not linear. There is no such thing as will happen. If there was, we would never be able to change it. I see possibilities and outcomes laid before me like a network of paths. I search them for Arden, for his choices and actions, but night by night the paths change. One night, I watched him take Lustalum in a frontal attack that we couldn't possibly defend against. The next I watched him do absolutely nothing. Some nights, the future shifts right inside my dreams, one path overtaking another, as if he changes his mind so frequently that it is simply impossible to predict what he'll actually do. In fact, I suspect that is exactly what he's doing. He's playing games, and I feel like a pawn.
Maybe you just need more practice.
What do you mean?
Well, you learn to see what you want, right? Maybe there's a way to tell the difference between the futures, and you just haven't learned it yet.
Maybe. I just need to hit something really hard.
Practice room's probably empty this early. I'll be your punching bag.
It would never work. I like you too much.
Core should be awake by now.
You know, that's a wonderful idea. I think I would like to hit Core.
Reina!
I found Core where I expected. In his rooms, awake and willing to move our morning practice session up. Though I had come with the intention of knocking his stubborn head in, another idea presented itself.
Do you intend to face me without a weapon?
I intend to prove that I can.
Very well.
He set his stance and lunged, keeping his weight balanced so that he could pull back if necessary. He very nearly did. Reina didn't move. She gave no indication of reaching for her weapon or shifting her weight to avoid his blade. In fact, she wasn't even looking at him. She had her head turned down, her eyes nearly closed. But at the last second, when he would have been forced to either abort his attack or run her through, she simply wasn't there anymore. His blade passed through a blue shadow, while Reina stood a few inches away.
Now she knows how to walk.
It almost felt as if the whole world had moved and Reina had stayed in the same place. As if he had never really been aiming for her at all, but a few inches to her left. Core shifted his weight and turned his blade, sweeping left. Again, Reina didn't move, and again his blade cut nothing but a blue shadow, while she was suddenly out of reach. She hadn't even changed her stance. She hadn't lifted her head. She didn't even seem to move her legs. She just stood, with feet squared, while the world changed around her. He had never seen anything like it. He resettled his grip on his blade. If she wanted to show off, then he might as well do the thing properly. He set his mind to the task of hitting her, not inattentive, but determined. It was a mind-numbingly terrifying experience. What with how close she left the gaps. Each strike left him certain he was going to kill her, but he couldn't afford to hesitate. A demon wouldn't give her that benefit. Arden wouldn't give her that benefit. And, as much as she wanted to pretend this was for her, he knew he was doing it to assure himself that she could take whatever Arden dished out. He dedicated every ounce of muscle in his body to maintaining speed. His motions became a constant flow as he convinced himself, slowly but surely, that he wasn't going to kill her.
Now she can work.
He knew for certain when he had succeeded in cementing the belief. Each time his blade passed harmlessly through air and magic. But as his motions grew faster, Reina did look up. She dodged actively.